Good morning, students. Today again, I'm here to take you commercial studies class. In our last class, we discussed about trading account, and I showed you how to prepare the trading account of a sole trading concern, right? The format I have given is in our last class. So that is the first part of final account of a sole trading concern or single proprietorship business. Today the second part. The second part of final account of the sole trading business or single ownership business is termed as profit and loss account. Is that clear? Profit and loss account. So now, through this account, we ascertain the net profit or net loss of the business. It ascertains net profit or net loss of the business. Okay? Alright. So net profit or net loss will be ascertained through profit and loss account. Now, the same thing, like trading account. What is there is a particular format of this profit and loss account also. Now let me show you. The ruling is saying like trading concern. Okay. The ruling is saying draw a line at the top. Draw a line at the top, use your scale, pencil, okay, to draw the line straight. Now divide this into two sides, left hand side and right hand side, like before. You can draw a double line here so that the demarcation is very much distinct. Left hand side, right hand side. Left hand side, we know it is called the debit side, we write here, and on the right hand side we write here, credit side. And at the top, the heading. Okay, let me erase this. Then we have to write something more at the top of the profit and loss account. First, you write in the books of. In the books of. Now, if the name of the concern is given or name of the proprietor is given, you write the name here on the dots. Otherwise, put some dot and leave. Okay? Leave it. Then give the heading profit and loss account. Profit and loss account for the year ended. Then the space for writing the date or the year. For which year we are preparing the account, that year must be mentioned there. And it will for the year ended. trading purpose. Okay, profit and loss account for the year. Now, the word to and buy as usual. Written here. One more columns. One more column on the left hand side and right hand side simultaneously. This we know amount column. I'm writing. Is the name amount in rupees. You can write the symbol also. It's a RS. And this is particulars column. Particulars column. So this is the format of a profit and loss account. Now, what is profit and loss account? Profit and loss account is such an account through which we ascertain the net profit or net loss of the business. Okay. Now, for ascertaining net profit or net loss of the business, we have the gross profit of the business. Through trading account, we have ascertained it. In the trading account, I showed you that if it is a gross profit, it is written on the left hand side as 2 PL account, 2 profit and loss account. That means trading account debited to PL account. But data entry must be there. Say we are transferring a balance from one account to another account. This is not a game only, right? It is not a game. We are doing whatever we are doing scientifically. It has a scientific proof. You have to remember. So we are not writing anything as per our wish, as per our will or wish. Okay. All the work we are doing according to the scientific practice. Alright. So whenever an account is to be closed down, the balance of that account must be transferred to another account. Okay, which is we are going to open again. So for closing trading account, while closing, we have to pass one journal entry. That journal entry will be trading account debited to profit and loss account. So in trading account, we have written to PL account, to profit and loss account here at the end, at the bottom, right? You can remember. So now the other one, trading account was debited. Now the other account is to credited, where we are transferring the balance. We are transferring the balance to profit and loss account. So right here, buy trading account. Buy trading account and bring the balance here. Amount of gross profit you bring here. Within bracket you write gross profit transferred. Okay, the double entry is completed outside the books of accounts. It is prepared in a separate sheet. You have learned it, I told you. So, whatever we are doing, whatever we are writing here, is according to the principle of accounts. See, buy trading account, the amount of gross profit is to be recorded here. Alright. Now, to ascertain the net profit of the business, the business may have certain other non-operating incomes. Those incomes are also to be recorded on this side and the income side and the credit side by interest received, by discount received, by commission received okay. Now another item may be here. Bad debt recovered. This is bad debt recovered, etc. etc. Now this bad debt recovery or recovery of bad debt, this we will discuss afterwards. Okay. So these are the items are known as non-operating income. So these are the incomes of the business concern which may be recorded on the right hand side and to be added up with the amount of transfer. Right? Now come on to the debit side of the account. This is the expenditure side. See, when what we are doing, we have ascertained the gross profit of the business through the trading account. There we calculated, there we considered the amount of sales for the year, net sales for the year, net purchase for the year, and any expenditure relating to purchases. We considered there and ascertained the gross profit. Now there are certain other expenditures of the business which are occurred, which are paid or spent while selling goods. What are those? We can categorize those expenditures into three groups. Okay. Okay, I am telling you. You just try to remember. These are given in the book also. Go through the book, it will help you to remember the things in a better way. So that can be grouped or that can be categorized into three groups or three categories. Number one, selling and distribution expenses. Selling and distribution expenses. While selling goods, there are some expenditures occur there. What are those? For selling goods, we need to advertise our products, right? For selling goods, we need to pay the salesman's commission or salesman's incentive, or like that, something like that. Okay, this is selling expenditure. Carriage outward, lorry fare, the goods which we are selling out. Our customer may ask us, that's you send us the goods, we'll pay the value. But at present, we are paying the value of the lorry fare. That is to be recorded. That is called carriage outward. Carriage outward. That is selling expenditure. Advertisement, carriage outward, salesman's commission, salesman's salaries, salesman's incentive bonus. Okay, discount on sales. Discount on sales is income. Rebate. While selling goods, we give some certain amount of rebate also to our customers. Right? So those are expenditures. To be covered here. Is that clear? Selling and distribution expenses. Some more items are there also. Can consult the book also at the same time. Now the other second category is office and administrative expenses. While doing a business, we need an office. Okay, some business have big business houses, big single ownership business houses. They have an office of their own, from which they conduct their business. So that for maintaining that office, we have certain other expenditures to incur. What are those office and administrative expenses? Salaries of the employees. We need certain employees. As we are having an office, we need certain employees and we need to pay them their salaries. Okay, salaries, rent, if it is a rented house, if it is a rented building, rented office, rent of the business building, electric charges, telephone charges, tea and tiffin expenses, repairs and maintenance expenses, printing and stationery expenses, postage and telegram expenses. There are many number of items are there For that, you need to consult your books or while solving problems, you will get these items one after another, right? So those are to be recorded here. And the third category is financial and other expenses. Financial and other expenses. Okay, that is bad debts. What is bad debt? Suppose you have sold goods on credit to your customer. One of the customers, he could not repay back his loan. That is, you have sold goods on credit means it's a loan to him. Okay, you have favored him by supplying him the goods, supplying him the goods without taking the value of the goods at the time of selling. He promised you pay you later, but for any reason, whatever may be the reason, that is not our concern. As we are accountant, whatever may be the reason, he could not pay back his debts. Could not pay back his debts, DEBTS debts. Okay. So when he surrenders that I am not in a position to pay back your debts, pay back my debts to you, that amount is termed as bad debt. That amount is termed as bad debt. Okay. That bad debt may be recovered afterwards, after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, whatever it is. Whenever we recover it from him, after 5 years or 10 years, whatever it is, that will be termed as bad debt recovery. So now, the year on which we have suffered a loss due to bad debt, we have opened a bad debt account instead of customer's account. His account is to be closed down and bad debt account is to be opened. And after 2 years or 5 years or 10 years, whatever it is, whenever that amount will be recovered from him, this bad debt account will be closed again and bad debt recovery account will be opened. Right? Anyway. So these are the items, financial, and other items are depreciation of fixed assets. That is a financial loss to the business. Provision for doubtful debts, that bad debt, it comes from the bad debt account, bad debt term, the term bad debt. From that we have got provision for bad debt. Sometimes in business it happens that some customers may not return their pay back their debts. So beforehand, if we make a provision for that if any loss occurs due to that bad debt, that can be made good from the business, so the working capital of the business will not suffer. Okay, that is called provision for bad debt. That is recorded here, right? Audit fees, income tax, all these are called financial and other expenses. This is category 3. So under these 3 categories, the expenditures are to be listed in this slide. On the debit side of P&L account, profit and loss account. So if you can remember the items of expenditure category wise, then it's very good. Otherwise, for you, it is not necessary at this level. Okay. Still, you should try to remember the items categorically. Anyway, now see here. I'm starting with officer and administrative. Rent. Salaries. Electric charges. Repairs and maintenance. Many more items are there. I have shortage of space here. So I'm not writing all the math details here. You consult with the book, you find it. Then comes salaries. Oh, salaries. Then comes advertisement, selling expense. Carriage outward. Carriage inward, which is a purchasing expenditure by buying goods from the manufacturer or wholesaler. We have to bring the goods from the manufacturer's point or from the wholesaler's point to our godown. The amount we spend or the value we spend on the lorry fare, that is termed as carriage inward. This is expenditure for the business in, and carriage outward will out when we are selling goods out. Carriage outward. Okay, we are selling expenditure. Then comes bad debt statement. Some authors they consider this bad debt item as selling expenditure, some as a financial expenditure. Renting it. Provision for doubtful debts. I will explain it afterwards. Depreciation on fixed assets is also a financial expenditure. So after including all the expenditures on the debit side, okay, what we have to do? We have to gain balance. We have to gain balance both the sides. Write the items here, means amount. Okay. Now we have to balance both sides. So, which side is heavier, that is to be decided first. Apparently, in an apparent view, if we find that credit side is heavier, you add up this side first. Bring that total onto this side. Bring that total, this one, onto this side. Here. Now, add up these figures. Add up the amounts you have recorded on the debit side. You add up these, you will get a total of these figures. Deduct that amount from this amount. Here, the remaining balance will be termed as your net profit or net profit of the business. The difference between the total of this side and this one will be termed as net profit of the business. And this net profit, after ascertaining this net profit, we don't need to keep it open, keep this account open. We need to close this rather. We need to close this account. How? Again, the same thing, by transferring this value to another account. Now, which is that account? that is called capital account of the proprietor. This net profit, it is the proprietor's item, proprietor's fund, proprietor's profit. Sole proprietor, single owner, as he has borne all the risks of the business. Okay, he has shouldered all the risks of the business, so the entire profit will be enjoyed by him only. He is not going to share this profit with any other. He need not. You don't need to share it. You don't need to disclose this amount to anybody because it is his profit only. So to his capital account will transfer. Now, so far accounting is concerned, this capital account, so far we are concerned as accountant. To us, capital is a liability. To us means we are doing accounting on behalf of the business. In our first class at the class 9, we have learned the business and the proprietor both are separate persons. So, for the concern, capital is the liability. So the profit also will be liability because this will be transferred to his capital account. So write it here. 2 capital account within bracket net profit transferred. Alright. Net profit transferred. This is all about your profit and loss account. Okay. Now, if you have any question, you can ask me directly. You can contact me over telephone. Or the other thing what you have to do is prepare one profit and loss account at home. That is your homework. Homework. Solve one problem on PL account. This is your homework. Remember. Alright. This is the homework. Solve one problem at home. Now, there is this capital account. This is the account which we open in our ledger, in general ledger. Okay, there we have to show it. But before that, we have closed those accounts. We have closed the ledger accounts and prepared the trial balance with the help of those ledger balances, right? So we don't need to go again there and open the general ledger and put that balance there. What we'll do? We'll go to the third step. What is the third step? On the first day I told you, the third step is preparation of a balance sheet, that is a financial statement. There will show how this amount of profit, net profit, is recorded in capital account. Okay, that is another part. Third part, that is a statement, not an account. Or these two, trading account and PL account, these two are accounts. So we have recorded, we have to maintain this under debit and credit this way. But as balance sheet is not an account, it is a statement, it is a financial statement. So no debit, credit, no UY is used there. Only the liabilities and assets are to be recorded there. That's all about this class up to today, this much. Okay, solve one problem now.